Originating in the Benguela Mountains of Angola, the Okavango River flows through Namibia to the sands of the Kalahari Desert in northwest Botswana, creating the Okavango Delta, a swamp and oasis famous for its wealth of wildlife. The water from the heavy rainfalls in December travelled 10,000 miles in 6 months to form a fan-shaped mosaic of channels, lagoons and lakes. In late July, the trickle of water has reached the Moremi Reserve on the northeast of the delta. The flow is slow and not much wider than a pencil in places. Nearby, a male lion is sleeping off the excesses of the previous night's hunt, unaware that a miniature river is creeping towards him. Islands of land emerge from this water of life and are havens for many species of mammals and birds of the African savanna. The puku, a handsome antelope with its 20-inch curved horns. Lechwe, or marsh antelope, are adapted to wading and swimming and move over shallow water in a series of leaps. Two days later, we can see how the trickle of water has spread across the road and continued onwards. Trees like the mopani provide shelter from the sun for animals such as Burchell zebra, characterized by a faint shadow stripe between its larger flank stripes. Sausage trees with their unusual fruits provide food for many animals. The sausages can grow to 1 metre in length and weigh up to 2.5 kilos. Giraffes, growing to a height of 18 feet and with their long tongues, can reach the higher branches. In the unfenced Moremi Reserve, elephants are a common sight. In fact, the elephant population is the largest in Africa. At least once a day, the herds would come to the river to drink, then cross to the other side and continue on their way. A boat, or mokoro, a dugout canoe, is a good way of seeing wildlife close up. A slender, kink-necked darter often swims submerged and can be found fringing freshwater vegetation and trees. This amazing gossamer structure is cobweb made by thousands of tiny spiders. water in the oasis is probably about 2 meters deep in places, which makes it easy for elephants to cross. The grassland in this area is very dry at this time of year. A long-legged cat that hunts mainly at night and resembling a small cheetah, the serval relies on hearing more than sight. Its large, widely spaced ears can pick up the slightest movement of hares, guinea fowl and small rodents. Trees that have died through drowning in the salt that comes out of the ground during the wet season provide beautiful and interesting art sculptures. Something has alerted these bachelor impala. This handsome leopard, about 1 year old, has just missed catching an impala. Had he been successful, he might have dragged his prey up into a tree where it would be safe from scavengers such as hyenas and jackals. An adept climber, the leopard has immensely strong shoulders and forelimbs. His position is noted and broadcast throughout the area by the alarm calls of birds and monkeys. Elephants do much damage to trees in order to reach the higher branches and leaves. Elephants can communicate with each other over considerable distances using infrasound, allowing them to exchange messages on a frequency inaudible to humans. Within an hour of this tree being pushed over, several elephants had arrived and stripped every leaf from the branches. The mating ritual of lions is a long drawn-out affair. She will tease him and lead him on until she is receptive. The actual mating will continue for several days, during which time neither animal eats. Once found throughout Africa, the wild or hunting dog has now been reduced to a few fragmented populations. Only the dominant pair in a pack breed, producing a litter of 10 to 12 pups. The whole pack cares for and protects them until they develop hunting skills at about 12 months. An old aardvark hole in a dead termite mound makes a splendid den for a family of spotted hyenas. These 2-month-old cubs were left here while the females go hunting. The social system is female-dominated and based on the clan, which varies from 5 or fewer adults and young in deserts to 50 or more in areas of abundant prey. As darkness falls, one of the adults returns to the den, having seen 3 lions lurking in the bushes. She will want to get the cubs back into the safety of the den before the lions reach them. This encounter had a happy ending for the entire hyena family. The water of life is as important to the large mammals as it is to invertebrates and birds. A jacana gets insects and seeds from under the floating vegetation it walks upon. Kittlets' plover, about the size of our British robin, can be found in dry, short grass near sandy and muddy edges of lakes and streams. A small pride of 5 lions lay between the water and this elephant, who eventually had to take the long way round past the watchful lions. The Okavango has weathered many storms and beaten many threats. Conservation of the Okavango is of paramount importance to the people of Botswana and to the wildlife of all southern Africa, as this unique freshwater system is the pulsing heart of Botswana's wilderness.